Alright guys, we are back for FSL Philippines and we are now on our second series for today. This is the day 2 of FSL Philippines. I'm your caster, Kaysaya, and with me is Leo. Hey Leo.
Alright, this is the match that people have been looking forward to. Some people said that this is what the grand final is going to look like, but hey, as so fate decides, we're going to be getting it a little earlier. We're going to be seeing it in the semis. Right now, it's going to be Bren Esports Victress versus EVOS Lynx.
Yes, and fans do share the live stream now because all of them are ready. We are heading on to our drafting phase pretty soon. So let your friends know so that they don't miss any of this action.
Share it with everyone, put it on your timeline, put it in your Mobile Legends group.
Your stories, even if it's possible.
Yeah, don't forget though to greet your mama.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
It's okay to watch Mobile Legends, but don't forget your moms.
Yes, don't forget who carried you from when you were still a baby or a fetus or whatever. What am I talking about? But there you go. I think we are ready to head on to our drafting phase. Onto the blue side, you can see Bren Esports Victress, and onto the red side, that's EVOS Lynx. Woo! Two teams that are very popular.
Yeah, these are basically the heavy hitters of esports, even just based on their you know the companies that they come from, the established teams. That's Bren Esports and EVOS PH. Now, first ban, I want to see damage right now. Bren saying no Harith and EVOS saying no Claude. How do you think this is going to go, Kaysaya? What kind of lineups do you think they need to be employing?
Looks like they want to get a lot of heroes that has really good support kit first. And so it seems they would be taking out these hard hitters first in the form of the Harith and the Claude. And at the same time, I think this is a respect ban as well, because we've seen Harith plays from Dexy from yesterday, and we've seen Claude doing really good plays from yesterday as well, even a while ago from the first series for today.
You're right, and I think they do want to see supports. Both of them still open is Kaja and Diggy.
Yeah.
But Bren, he investing early in a Kufra, and Kufra has been just so dominant in the MPL and in the FSL. I just don't know if Moonton is watching and they're saying, you know what, there's something to this. We need to go back to the drawing board.
There's something about the bouncing ball. This is like an ultimate that is just on the second skill. But anyway, you mentioned Kaja. Kaja is now has been taken by Team EVOS on the second pick. Diggy is still available, but I don't think it's being planned to be prioritized by any of the teams right now. Might they be banning that out? I'm not sure. Minotaur is also still available.
Maybe. Yeah, but the thing is, carry has been locked in by EVOS, so any other tank that bring should type something that could answer carry, and I think Beleric is ripe for the picking. Instead, they're going to be banning Minotaur, obviously sending a very clear message.
Minotaur, yes, indeed. Team Bren would want to take that out. But I think, by the way, one thing you'd notice is that Persian is now playing in the game. Yesterday, we didn't see Persian. Happy birthday. Sorry about that. Happy Mother's Day to Persian as well. One of the most, I think, if there is Dexy on the side of EVOS, as you know, the most popular player for Mobile Legends Bang Bang, I think Bren has Lu and Persian, two women team. Two women for Bren.
So yeah, Persian is going to be coming in, and in exchange, we are not going to be seeing Aizu anymore. Aizu is not going to be competing in this round in the FSL. So yeah, there you go. Welcome to the competition, Persian. But on the other side, though, let's check it out. EVOS banning out Kagura. That is a respect ban to Lu. Lu doing very well with Kagura yesterday.
Yeah.
Right now, they are going to be locking in that Lolita.
Lolita Mamita for the Mother's Day. So there you go, being on the side of EVOS. But I like these last two picks by Bren Persian taking that Gushan. I think, did we see Gushan plays from yesterday? We didn't see. We know that Persian is a really good assassin female player, and I think she's gonna showcase that here on FSL Day 2, FSL Philippines Day 2, and I'm so excited about that.
Check it out though, okay, Saya. We talked about that early carry that could potentially smash and destroy, melt any tanky heroes on the side of Bren Esports Victress. And yeah, they choose not to invest in any more tanks. So I guess they're going to turn this Chu into a hybrid and that Kufra into their one peeler. So they are, instead of trying to overload the carry, they're just going to sidestep that as a whole. They're just not going to pay attention to what the carry's doing and dive into their back lane with the mobility that Gushan and Guinevere bring.
Nice. But I think let us introduce the players meantime with their heroes. For Team Bren Esports, we have Chu for Michelle, Gushan for Persian, Guinevere for Lu, Leomard for Evie, and Kufra for Maddie.
On the side of EVOS, though, you guys watching at home, put your hands together for these ladies. You got Vayne on that Thams. You as well have Cheska on the carry. Ali on that Lolita. Dexy rocking that Lunox. And last but not least, Quinn with her Kaya.
Wow, alright. We might be expecting some aggressive plays in here. I wonder, as we see this carry together with the Lolita trying to get a vision right away on this part of the map. But I think, no, correct me. I think they just wanted to just play defensively this time, trying to make sure that the blue team won't be invading their buff. So I think that is a good position that they took. But that also allowed Evie, the Leomord, to actually cut creeps in the top lane. I think they forgot about that.
That's very rude of Bren Esports. They're just like, yup, we're just not gonna let you have wave. We're just gonna take it right here. And that's so good on the part of, is it Ivy or... I think someone corrected us yesterday. I think it's Ivy.
Is it Ivy? Regardless.
I don't know, I think it's Ivy. Anyways,
yeah.
Leomord's kit is so good that even at level 1, she's able to take it no...
Can't hear you right now, partner. Let us see. So something is happening on the bottom lane. Lu got the first blood using that Guinevere. But as we can see in here, still alive and kicking in here is Dexy onto that Lunox. Kufra just basically protecting Guinevere at the moment, waiting to clear that wave. But while that is happening, something is being done by Persian as well as Michelle in here onto the top lane part of the jungle area of EVOS Lynx. Basically, what they're trying to do is to steal as much as possible by holding that thought as Persian tried to aggressively attack the Thams onto the middle lane under a turret. That was a very risky play, and she could have died if not for her flicker out or abilities for her to be able to dash out. She probably could have died, but fortunately for Persian, she has that skill available. But for the meantime,
those daggers. It's those daggers and the incandescence. She was able to go in and go out, and I think that's fine. They were buying some time to make sure that mid was set up so that they could make moves down there. It's Lu. Look how much Lu is farming up right now. Lu is currently sitting at a safe 1,000. They're leaving Ali up behind on the side of Eve.
And there you go. Oh my goodness. Michelle just died onto the hands of EVOS. And they're still not yet done. They want Persian as well. Persian luckily having her ability to dash out. But this time, it is for EVOS Lynx to take that first turtle of the game at this 3-minute game time.
Yeah, mistakes were made. They went in a little too deep, and they weren't sure exactly what they were walking into. And yeah, EVOS is going to turn this around on them, taking that first turtle of the game, now putting their gold lead up to 1,000 at 3 minutes 30 seconds.
And there you go, onto the bottom lane. Vayne trying to cut the creep wave onto the part of the map as well. And she actually did also manage to put that turret into almost half HP bar, but You can see Evie or Ivy on the top lane doing that turret push work onto the tier 1 turret on the top lane, but Cheska and Ali just right on time to defend that. But you have to consider how low HP the turret is now.
They left Ivy there for a little too long, and I think one more wave, one more moment of just being left alone is going to be bad. But yes, Michelle here is doing some work, and Vayne goes down. Lou takes another kill, but Dexy, that's Dexy doing some just some vengeance. It's Ivy going down now, and oh, I'm sorry, no, it was Cheska who did that. Interesting.
And there's a turret exchange in here onto the bottom lane part as well as in the top lane part of the map for both of the teams. 1-for-1 exchange, and everyone else seems to be rotating towards the middle lane as to clear that very important lane in the mid. And everyone, it seems, from the side of Bren Esports dancing onto where the flow of creep waves are that is being sent by EVOS Lynx. As I think now they have to be very mindful as to where they should rotate and consider the prioritization.
Ivy is now just abandoning the work that she started up top. She senses that there's just way too many people up there, and they are now going to collapse down mid, down to bot, I'm sorry, down onto bot. And they now pop in that Cotter Inferno, taking Ivy down. No problem there. Persian popping that incandescence. Down goes Vayne. Quinn not exactly having her divine judgment up. They are going to be having a 2 retreat with Dexy in tow. She is going to be keeping it safe here. They choose not to go for it, and this is going to turn into a free turtle for Bren Esports.
Wow, a bouncing ball for Maddie just to make sure no one is actually under the brushes from the side of EVOS. As you can see, Bren taking that second turtle easily, plus they would want to take away this buff from the jungle area of Lynx. Let's see who's going to get the last hit on this one. I think it actually went to Lou. Or was it Dexy? I think it went to Lou.
All of those daggers from Persian did really well to spread out the damage and make sure that whoever was trying to get it could be spaced out, because as you said, Gushan is pretty soft, but yeah, he's very mobile as well. And how Persian is using him right now, she's just using it right up top.
Oh, 2 objectives onto the hands of Bren Esports Victress. But EVOS Lynx wants to give some answer back to them by taking down turret, hopefully so, on middle lane. But that wasn't allowed by Persian, as Persian was just right on time to defend that middle lane turret. However, Lou was ganked out by Dexy as well as Keen onto the bottom lane.
But not without taking down Vayne as well. Sneaky Psycho Ball. She took down the half-healthed Vayne. It's going to be quite a trade there. 5-6 now currently. In the lead is EVOS PH, but I'm sorry, EVOS Lynx. But yep, we're going to be going back into parity here as we see Bren Esports Victress trying to take control of the map. All of their waves are marching up into turrets.
3v2 situation on the top. They would want to get the carry, but now they're under turret right now. Bouncing ball being popped up by that Kufra. They're trying to back away. I think they're under turret. They lost the creep wave. They would want to rotate towards the middle lane to defend the tier 1 turret. Lou went in to try to knock up a little bit of target, but unfortunately this middle lane turret will go down anyway, and everyone's still chasing from the side of Bren Esports. Maddie was just able to, actually it was Dexy, was able to pop her ultimate on time, but with 4 members trying to catch her, she's not gonna survive. And there's the rotation coming up from Bren, taking that turtle of the game. Vayne creating a vision, but she won't be able to do anything else.
That was a really good rotation by Bren Esports, and such discipline from Michelle, not popping her way of the dragon. She's still a threat right now, and I think EVOS knows that, and they know that they should not be going in too deep, because whoever goes in is going to be knocked up and taken care of by Michelle. Really good there, taking down Dexy and Quinn. This gives Bren a lot of space to move in and push and take turrets right now, and that's what Lou here is doing, trying to space out Vayne. But little does Vayne know that Maddie and Michelle are on the hunt. 4
members knocking up this lonely, what was that? I didn't notice it was actually the Thams, but Kin went inside. I think that was very dangerous of his action. 2 casualties onto the side of the red team. EVOS Lynx. Now I think Bren is ready to push one more inhibitor turret, but no, they will just let this creep wave to do the work, but instead they will be transitioning onto the middle lane to take that tier 2 turret. And there you go, it just went down, and they're scaring off, getting the map control away from EVOS Lynx.
Turrets in Mobile Legends really feel like they're made out of butter. They're made out of like soft paper that's been wet from a rain.
I know, right?
Put a finger right through it. Right? If you leave these things open and you have like 2 or 3 heroes going at it with like 1 or 2 creeps, they are going to go down. And I think EVOS here has to focus on the waves a little bit more and make their rotations a little tighter, because the past few deaths that they've been suffering were like pickoffs, right? Just 1 or 2 heroes being left out or being jumped a little too deep into the opponent's lines. They really need to watch out for that. They need to take care of themselves.
Oh, and there you go. Aggressive play by Bren Esports once more as they try to take tier 2 turn on the top lane. They are engaging in the fight. Cheska going so low. Looks like this is 1 casualty once more onto that fight. And everyone still in here trying to back up. But looks like we'll have another casualty from the side of Maddie, or rather the Bren Esports team this time, as they got an opportunity to deal more damage. You have to take note. Thams is actually getting the damage that he needs at this 10 minutes game time now.
That was a really good Numenon blast, and I think Ali sacrificed herself at the right time, and this death is not going to go unnoticed because they did take down 3 members of Bren Esports Victress. Good job as a tank. That's her first death actually, so we gotta notice that the Lolita is actually performing very, very well. And you also mentioned how Vayne dropped her ult. That was the Accotrant Inferno that kept her alive, and that was gonna turn into a trade for them, but instead it turned into a 3-for-1.
As you can see, Lu using this Guinevere, working on the first Lord of the game. Getting this Lord to the hands of Bren Esports will actually get them more powerful minion waves, but fight ongoing right now. Divine Judgment by the Kaja. Michelle gonna go down. Maddie as well at the same time will be punished. But now 1 HP bar left for this Lord. It seems like no, actually, Bren Esports did secure the Lord, giving that last hit. I think Persian made use of her retribution to secure that Lord right on time. Good save by Persian. I think if not for that, they lose this Lord. But EVOS is already here onto the middle lane, gonna take the tier 2 turret as well.
That's why retribution is so important in those clutch moments like that. That's when you really need to be able to pop it, and Persian pulled through. Here's a quick defensive maneuver by Bren Esports. They don't want to lose that tower. That is their inhibitor tower. If EVOS is able to pull through here and make a hole in Bren's base, that is going to be a lot of pressure and a lot of waves crashing in, and they're going to have to basically, cover up that hole in a sinking boat. But as we see now, Lord is giving Bren here some space to breathe, as if unchecked, let's call Lord She for today. She is going to be going in and making a hole in EVOS base. But quick rotations up top and in mid. I wonder if this is going to turn into an all-out war between both teams.
The Lords on the bottom lane doing the split push work. Oh, meanwhile in here, Divine Judgment being pulled off by the Kaja. A lot of HP bars going so low onto the blue side, but they want more kills, they want more casualties. They are exchanging, being stunned is Maddie as well as Evie, but very low. Guinevere in here trying to back away and getting more HP bars from the neutral monsters. But look at that. I think that was a very aggressive, high risk, high pay reward from the side of Team EVOS. You can see how the Kaja actually went in to get 1 target from the side of Bren Esports, and they actually didn't allow Bren to take that inhibitor turret on the top.
But they did lose bottom, so I think Bren was doing the right job right there. Persian jumping in with her incandescence. She's not going to be fast enough. There's just way too much damage that EVOS can deal right now. And Lou and Ivy are just, getting away with their life just a bit.
Yes, and everyone's playing around in the middle lane at the moment. Let's see who's gonna get a better initiate in here. Ali going inside, Maddie went onto the back lane trying to get Cheska. Everyone's getting knocked up. Kin is going down. On the top lane, Thams is left alone to defend that base. But everyone else from the blue side is dead. One member left, which is Thams onto that base, working on clearing all of the waves, but it is a very healthy Lou and Evie or Ivy on the bottom lane. They want to finish this game now. Vayne trying to still defend, getting very aggressive. Might he die? I wonder. Yes, he's so low. There's a low HP creep wave in here, but that will still leave Bren Esports to just go back away and play it safe.
I think Vayne did really well there. She distracted both Ivy and Lou, and in turn, instead of Ivy and Lou being able to push these waves up into turrets, they were just trying to kill that Thams, that Vayne. And Vayne did really well. That was smart for her to do. And I think this is going to help EVOS reset, be able to clear some waves first, and then think of what their strategy next is. And I think that strategy is to actually build up on Cheska, build up on their carry.
Yes, and we can see some immortality onto the side of EVOS now. No immortality yet for the side of Bren. It seems like they're saying we don't really need that now. We want to get the damage that we need to be able to push, since we don't have any marksmen on our lineup. But let's see, probably if they see that the Cheska is being hard to deal with, they might want to consider immortality. But for now, the situation is, and the goal is, they just want to push and get this game on.
There's a lot of pressure. Her job to dive in and take care of Cheska. She needs to destroy that carry. If not, if carry gets at least maybe a second or two of free hits, it's over. There's a lot of damage being dealt out by a fully farmed marksman, right? So now they're trying to contest this level 2 Lord. Divine Judgment onto Lou. Lou is going down.
Yes, Kid just took Lou, and everyone else is still on a killing spree on this fight. But Evie, as well as the Gushan Persian, still all alive, trying to take targets from the red side. But it is a 2v3 situation now with Evie a little bit low. Evie, he needs the passive to pop in, but these are very healthy members of EVOS Lynx. And looks like they will be trying to rotate or bait out the members of Bren onto the Lord's side. And they just have to be very careful.
It's a 3v2 situation right now between Ivy, Persian, and the rest of EVOS PH. But what's good here, I think, for Bren is their waves are still going up. Their waves are moving in, right? But I think Bren needs to circle back. They need to be able to put their marbles together, figure out what goes where, and maybe go back for a second go at the Lord.
And I think they have to be careful on Persian, especially Persian might want to target that Cheska using the carry. And there are actually a lot of assassins. Whoa, hold on! They're actually doing it right now. Persian went in too early. Michelle's gonna go down. And I think Persian has to back away a little bit. Maddie cannot sustain the damage coming up from the carry. This is now late game time, and the carry is going very, very online. They could take opportunity in getting that Lord already. They're actually starting it over now. But for the meantime, Cheska will just go back away, as well as the Thams. It gotta clear that wave in the bottom lane part of the map. Good thing they have this great map awareness. If not, probably that base is down. But this time, what was working on right now is Dexy not having that much DPS to take down the Lord. And they definitely need help on this one. But there you go, Persian getting stunned. Looks like he's going to get a last hit coming up from Kin. And everyone else still getting that Lord damage. I think it's resetting. No, it's not. They're still continuing in here.
They were still inside. Yeah, they were still inside. And now they're doing the right thing. It's Cheska who's going in for the kill on the Lord. They are going to be taking it. Dexy, who is going to be securing it. Numen on blast underneath the Lord. Then Lou is going to be spending her immortality. She is going down. Cheska is on a roll here. Ivy on the defensive. Barbiel, Phantom Steed being popped right now. I wonder if that was a miscommunication between Maddie and Michelle earlier when they dived. You see how early that dive was?
I think it all started with Persian diving in first and followed out by Michelle trying to save her life. But apparently Michelle suffered and died. You can see how this tank support is currently suffering right now. So she's playing true as a tank support, 7 deaths right now. Kufra with 7 deaths as well. You can see Kaja even has 8 deaths. You can see how everyone else is on a killing spree, and the tanks are getting a lot of deaths. But meanwhile, now the flow of creep wave obviously is in favor of EVOS Lynx. You can see it in the minimap.
They turned that around.
Yeah.
They turned that around pretty good, because earlier, as I said, Bren was getting some breathing space because they were the ones who were having the creep wave advantage. But no, right now, here's an engage. Divine Judgment drop onto Cheska. She is going to pay the price. She is going to go down. Immortality is still up on Cheska. A lot of damage right now. Call Turret Inferno being popped underneath this turret. She is going to be jumping in, playing footsies right now underneath. The turret is going to go down. EVOS is inside Bren's base, and just life going down. Lu going to be paying the price, but Quinn having too much damage being dealt onto her is going to go down as well. Maddie and Persian is also going to be paying the price. Ivy stunned. She is going to go bite the dust. Dexy, Cheska, and Ali here to finish up. Clean up crew, please, in aisle 1. That's going to be called bottom for you guys watching. And I think this is going to be GG right here.
Wow,
this is going to be GG.
they would want
Just
to
a
end
few
this now.
seconds. EVOS PTH EVOS Lynx, I'm sorry, taking game 1 against Bren Esports Victress. Who'd have
Congratulations to EVOS Lynx for winning our game 1 against Bren Esports Victress. Woo!
Wow, that was a 20 minutes, give or take, just under 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This game going to EVOS Lynx. That's so impressive. It was anybody's game, to be honest, up until that one last, was that a level 2 Lord? Yeah, underneath the level 2 or level 3 Lord. Oh.
Gotta commend on how Kin would work on trying to riskily take, going into the fight just to pop her Divine Judgment to take a target away from Bren Esports. And I think I like how Cheska would position herself in such a way she cannot be targeted by any of the assassins from the side of Bren Esports. You could see how Persian would always try to sneak into the back lane of EVOS, but I think with proper coordination of EVOS, I think we gotta commend their individual play style as well. And to Dexy, I think she did the work on dealing damage, but I gotta give respect to the tag support as well. And Vayne being patient. Vayne, sometimes I think she would want to join team fights, but she has to go back to the base and defend the base because the flow of that's a good job. And even though it was a role that sometimes, I want to take some kills, I want to be the MVP, but sometimes you have to also commend those non-MVP players who's doing some work to get their team into a win.
Yeah, and I think EVOS Lynx is taking what they learned yesterday. They did drop a game yesterday, and they're taking that now into the semifinals. They understand that, no, we can't just put all of our eggs in one basket. We can't just ask Dexy to go crazy areas. We can't just ask Cheska to deal all the damage. They have to make sure that everyone is doing their part, and I think that's what led them to this 20-minute victory. EVOS Lynx is on the top of their game right now, but I think Bren Esports Victress can still come around. I think they can still do what they can and take this maybe into a reverse sweep, or maybe give us all a good show. Either way, we're all just happy to be watching FSL Philippines right now, and this is, once again, the semi-finals. Up next is Game 2 between Bren Esports Victress and EVOS Lynx. Kaisai, I'm just so excited. I want to see it.
I am so excited as well, but for the meantime, we'll take a short break, so we'll wait, guys, to share the live stream. Right next will be the second match between EVOS Lynx and Bren Esports. We've been your shoutcasters. I'm Gisaya and I'm with Leo. We'll be back after a few minutes break. Live stream. So once again, guys, this is FSL Philippines. We are now on our day 2, and this is our second series, and this is a round 2 match between EVOS Lynx and Bren Esports Victress. With me is Leo. So hey, Leo.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Everybody watching right now, thank you very much for making us part of your weekend. We just witnessed a 20-minute victory by EVOS Lynx against the Victresses. And I hope that this is not going to be an average. I mean, we still want to see good matches, and as much as we want to see this go to Game 3, let's not hope for a slobber knocker that goes up to
Yes.
more than 30 minutes.
Indeed.
So I want to see how both teams here are going to be resetting based
Your
on
team
what
is
they're going to be
banned.
learning from the past match. And yeah, I want to see if they're going to be employing some odd tactics
Your
or some
team is
unorthodox
banned.
bans.
Yeah, we'll have to check. But for the meantime, 2 marksmen getting banned out here by both of the teams, the Claude as well as the Kimi. We didn't see these 2 heroes a while ago as well. It was actually a carry instead. But this will open up a lot of tank support that are pretty much very useful on the
team
current
is
meta
banned.
of Mobile Legends Bang Bang. And surprisingly, EVOS actually took away that carry themselves.
Oh no, are we gonna see all the marksmen in this meta banned out? Because, yeah, we got rid of the 3 good ones, right? There's no Kimi, no carry, no Claw. I mean, who else is left to ban? Maybe Hanabi in some
Your
cases.
team is
Maybe Lunox there. So there's a lot of damage being cut out right now. As
Yes, yes, indeed. But the Grok is available. Karith is also available. Kaja is available. So you can imagine seeing these heroes getting priority ban from MPL will be picking up by these players. So there you go, Wayne getting
Check
that.
this out. You mentioned Harith is out there, but
Yeah.
also his best friend, the Birdman, Kaja, is also available. So are we going to see Bren Esports, Kaja, and Kufra? Or
Most likely.
it could be, yeah, Kaja and Kufra. That's what it looks like. Or Kaja and Harith. I don't know. Why are they hovering over this Gatot, an early Gatot?
Kaja.
No,
No, it's gonna be the
Interesting.
utilities first for Bren Esports, the Kaja, as well as the Kufra, being taken by Maddie and Persian.
I'm so curious. This is weird for me because they let go of the Harith. So I guess damage is not a priority for them. I think they can move around that. They can play around that. So maybe they'll go for the Gushan again. Maybe they'll go for the Gush.
Or
maybe
Hellcurt
they'll
is
go
available. Do take note about
for
that.
Hellcurt.
We've been seeing a
Yeah.
lot of Hellcurt picks from yesterday and even from the first match between these 2 teams. So Hellcurt would be possible. I mean, today, the Hellcurt, we've seen that. So it is also possible for either Bren to pick that. But for the meantime, there you go, that Kagura by Lu.
They're choosing to give Lu Kagura. And still,
Your
Tams is
team
on the
is
board.
banned.
Tams is on the board. Unless they choose to ban that, both teams, they can still pick Tams.
Yes, and now what's lacking in here, since there are few options left for the marksmen that are viable. Granger though is available but didn't work out from yesterday. So I think there
Your
you go.
team
We
is
have
banned.
okay, they would I wonder if Esmeralda will be banned out too. Because Guinevere here was banned. Just in case. Who else?
True, yeah. You mentioned Esmeralda is still out there. This is interesting. Basically these meta picks are just predictable because, like I said, there's such a small pool of
Your
heroes
team
right
is
now.
Picking.
It's so easy to read unless you really invest in a crazy unorthodox strategy. And are we gonna be seeing what Senoritas have tried
team
yesterday? Are we
is
gonna
picking.
be seeing some Granger action?
No, Diggy said Bren, but they'll be picking up this Chu. I wonder now if Bren was actually happy about banning that Diggy out, since they've been since EVOS is actually hovering out the Minotaur in here, which of course is a good source of crowd control. So
You're right,
what
that
can you
was,
say about that Diggy ban?
Basically a pick that they walked into, right? This is so good on EVO's part. that they're like,
Yes.
oh
Your
no, Diggy.
team is
Imagine the
You know, I'm
silence that might come out from that Hellcurt plus the crowd control from the slow from Garak, the slow from Leomerd, plus of course the Minoan Fury from Minotaur. And there's no Diggy for Bren Esports since they've banned it out themselves. So I'm hoping I could see some Purify in here, but it seems like they're not really opting for that.
Nope. Instead of trying to go around and solve the CC problem, they're gonna try to overload it.
Yeah.
They are gonna be using their mobility and just maybe try to isolate the sources of damage for themselves here to cover up for their weakness. And this is interesting. Check it out. Both teams not having a carry, not having a traditional carry since they banned the three best players in the meta right now. And this is going to be looking like like an early game to mid game rumble in the jungle. This is what people want to see.
Yes, indeed. And I'm pretty sure this is going to come up to a later part of the game, more than the average that we currently have. So I think this is going to be fun for all of the fans of these two teams. So I think as we load into the battlefield, let's have a recap of the lineup that these two teams has. So for the team of EVOS, we have Vayne on the Leomord, Cheska on the Hellcurt, Dexy on the Harith, Ali for the Minotaur, and Kin for the Grok. I think this is a really great two-tank setup for EVOS, but I want to give the benefit of the doubt to Team Bren as well.
Bren Esports Victress is choosing to bring a Kufra, Chu, Kagura, Selena, and Kaja into this game 2 of the semi-finals. A lot of pressure on them right now because this is do or die for them since EVOS Lynx did win the first game. Both teams just keeping it safe, nobody actually cutting out these waves or invading. So they both know that they have to have the, because this is going to be a very, very explosive game.
Oh, there you go. On the top lane.
Stalking Eevee.
Yeah.
Yep, stalking Eevee. But they are going to disengage.
There we go. 3-man member from the red side getting knocked up. Is that Grok? First blood will actually go to Maddie onto the hands of the Kufra. That is good news for Team Bren Esports.
Quinn paid the price. There were no walls to defend and save her, so she's just gonna go down easy right there. Ivy though dealing a lot of damage this early in the game, but it's gonna be dangerous because Dexy is already at level 4. That's crazy. She's about to Zaman force her way onto snowballing here. Nobody pays attention.
But on the bottom lane part, alright, I thought they're gonna go for an invade or probably a gank, but a rotation is happening onto the turtle area at the moment. It's understandable why, because of course that will definitely be the next objective that you would want. But in here onto the middle lane, 4 members from Bren Esports actually trying to, just spectate and give vision, do a face check on that part. But Persian in here going a little bit deep. Will they be engaging? Unfortunately, it's just now that the Kaja went on to level 4. Bouncing ball for the Kufra. Oh, there you go. The Divine Judgment getting knocked up in here is once more the Grok. This is really bad news for the Grok. She got 2 deaths already.
Zaman Force being committed right there, as well the Divine Judgment, and I think that was going to be enough for Quinn to pay the price. Although, as good as those kills are on the Quinn, I think you really need to target Cheska and Dexy because they're the ones who are going to be dealing damage in this carry light matchup.
And there you go, Turtle will go to the side of the red team. Bren Esports, and the top lane, the Selena, EV or Ivy, working on dealing damage on the turret already, but since it's just 3 minutes of the game time, the damage won't be enough. But you know what? With the Selena on the side of Bren Esports is actually helping them on getting that vision that they need on this top part of the map.
I really want to see exactly how Bren is going to turn this early game advantage to their, to their side.
Oh, Divine Judgment! On the bottom line part of the map, again, will this be another casualty? They're bullying all the tanks on the side of EVOS, but in the middle lane, we can see another 2v1 action happening right now. Persian trying to get a kill, but he was too low. Getting knocked up once more is Kin. That bouncing ball didn't make that Grok alive, but even though there were casualties on the side of EVOS, you can see Cheska going for the turret push, but unfortunately Lou and Maddie was just right on time to still defend it.
Lou and Maddie doing really well to space out, because that umbrella deals a lot of damage, and if Maddie so chooses to let go of that bouncing ball, she could push people back just like a little baby hurricane dance. And as I said, there it is. She gets knocked up though, and she is treated out. But Cheska was gonna go down, and so is Ali.
Oh my goodness, there you go, one turret down in favor of Bren Esports, and there go 4v1 or 4v2 situation, but in here, and casualties will be onto the side of EVOS this time, and these are actually tanks going down. Imagine, they've been bullying this tank that was actually supposed to give protection to all of the carries on the side of EVOS, but since they're being starved out to death, they're not having the tankiness that they need.
That turnaround resulted in the first tower of the game. That goes to Bren Esports Victress, and it seems like it's going to turn into a second tower by Persian. Sneaky. She just takes down that turret before 3 members of EVOS is able to say anything. Bren, though, taking control of the map. They are not going to be contested for this turtle right here. It's Lou and Michelle poking at it while Maddie gives him space with that bouncing ball. Michelle coming in looking for someone to hit with Divine Judgment. They are going to be disengaging and going back into
oh my goodness, on the bottom lane.
Though, it's Cheska and Persian just pushing back. She is going to be waiting for Michelle to come in. Maybe they can
Michelle.
pull this in. Michelle jumps in, flickers in, waiting for the Divine Judgment, but she was just an inch.
But in the top lane, this is 3v2 ongoing at the moment. Casualties are on the red side, and everyone's still bullying Maddie. Maddie will not survive. Ali didn't even, the backup coming up from the Ali wasn't even needed by the turret, as well as the Leomar. There was just too much damage, and there you go, a flicker in, but the Divine Judgment was there to save the members of Bren Esports. They want to get Dexy, but Dexy is actually doing a lot of damage at the same time. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, you can see there that Persian using this Chu just took away the life of the Hellcart once more.
Pretty good on the Victresses. They were able to score a kill down bot in an isolated incident down there with Cheska and Persian, but up top they were still able to defend from that onslaught, and they're going to turn that moment into a turret on their side. So there's a third turret for Bren Esports.
But so far, map control, as you can see, it is in favor of Bren Esports now, and they took away all the tier 1 turrets of EVOS Lynx, and they're roaming around in the middle lane part of the map, hiding in the brushes, making sure that they will get a good vision as to where the members of EVOS Lynx are going. And Persian, though, you could basically notice, she's just in here patiently waiting under the brushes, waiting for Cheska to go outside of the base, or rather the turret.
Persian is like a friggin' boogie woman. She's just like waiting for you to get yourself off guard, and then she's gonna hit you with the Way of the Dragon. And that's what she's trying to do here, but she senses that there's just way too much EVOS in that jungle, and she's gonna back off and just try to steal the small camp.
Yes, but still, nothing has happened for the past 1 minute. Map control is still on the hands of Bren Esports, and I think they just waited too long, and they're just, this is now an opportunity for them to take this. I think this is the third Lord of the game, and that was pretty much easily taken by Lu on that Kagura.
Was that a preemptive Dark Knight Falls? That was kind of wrong, because Michelle was caught out by a Divine Judgment, and she's gonna pay the price. Cheska down.
Yes, indeed. Onto the top lane, Devane is, making use of that Leomar, doing a clear of wave, but Selena, I wonder if she'll be able to defend this very low HP, but in the middle lane, something is actually happening. Who just died? It was actually the Minotaur, right? And still, I think the tanks of EVOS Lynx really need to catch up on the farm. They're still a little bit squishy for a tank.
Free turret right here for Bren Esports Victress. What kind of sucked about that last engage between the tanks was Quinn's actually wall kind of backfired on Ali and Dexy. Dexy was playing catch up while Ali was blocked. She was gonna go for a good Minoan Fury setup, but it was too little too late, too much damage being spread up onto her, and Bren takes another turret down bot. One last turret before the inhibitors for EVOS Lynx. They really need to catch up here and gain control of the map.
I really want to see the Selena arrow connect well, but right now we've not been seeing that, you know, a really good engage. Regardless, I think so far has the upper hand right now, given that the map control is still there. I wonder what they're going to do next. Might they be waiting for the first Lord of the game 28 seconds from now? That might potentially be the next contest.
Maybe Ivy's Abyssal Arrows, I think, since we haven't been seeing them hit as you know, as spectacularly as we wished, they are turning into good. The opponent's tanks can't be up front too far. Oh, Vayne getting caught out. Leonore getting stunned for a good 0.75 seconds, I think. But yeah, as I said, it's turning into a good zoning tool. You can't really stand up front too forward. So here we are with Persian just poking at this turret. She is going to be trying to put some pressure there. Michelle is a little too far. She did recall she needed to heal up. So I think they're going to wait for her before they do any massive moves on to EVOS Lynx here. Quinn face checking into Maddie. Nobody doing much action here. Just charging that up, going up against the wall. Maddie and Lou starting up the Lord. Are they going to be committing to this? No, they're not. It's Maddie and Quinn once again. Ali jumping in, playing some footsies. Oh no, Lord is almost at half health here. We might have to go for a reset.
And there you go, Maddie still trying her best to protect and give a space for the rest of the members of Team Bren Esports. Looks like they still want to commit onto this Lord, but it's quite risky, but they are actually willing to take that risk. Chu is about to come into the fight. Remember, this is a fighter, Chu, so just in case, it's going to be very dangerous still for EVOS Lynx to commit on to this team fight that is now happening. Ali actually made use of her flicker to back away, but with a divine judgment, she's gonna go down. 4 members are remaining, or actually 3 members remaining for EVOS Lynx. That was an easy Lord for Bren Esports now that they got the space that they need for that fight.
That was really good on Maddie. She spent the past minute just spacing out those tanks, and they paid the price. They actually got killed. That's Ali and Quinn. And the result is Bren Esports Victress got that free Lord. That's the level 1 Lord marching down top right now, calling for EVOS Lynx blood.
Yeah, let's see, more blood might be coming out on in here as we see a potential team fight. That might happen. We'll see. Oh, there you go. Divine Judgment. Unfortunately, it went into the Grok, and that wasn't effective. Dark Knight falls. 1 member from the side of the red team is going to go down, and that was the Kaja playing aggressively. Meanwhile, in top lane, Persian being very patient, clearing out the waves for the Lord to be able to take the tier, or rather inhibitor turret, onto the top lane. Then it will go down. Fight still being committed. Kin going so low. Maddie as well. But in the middle lane, you can see Persian trying to hit the base already as fast as she can. And there you go. This might be it. 1-1. That is the score right now. EVOS Lynx and Bren Esports. Wow. Leo, did you see what Persian did?
They were tied. I really love what they were doing, and I think that's what Persian was planning all this time. She was putting so much pressure up top, and as soon as her homie Lord came in, she was like, yep, this is it, let's go. And they all moved in with her, and they started to take down the turret, and then they took lives. And I think, in 12 minutes, they made a statement, and they said, you know what, we're going to take this to the 3rd game. We are going to go down the wire. Esports is all about the competition, and we are going to show you a competition. EVOS Lynx, put your money where your mouth is. 12 minutes. Victory goes to Bren Esports Victress.
Wow.
This is what people want to see. This is what it is.
Yes, you can see and hear the data. As we can see, 68% turret damage being done by Persian. Look at that yellow bar, really huge yellow bar. I think it's commendable. The patience, the focus. She didn't mind getting a lot of kills, but she actually did with 6 kills. I mean, she was just fighting against that. I mean, primarily her target was Cheska, the Hellcurt, onto the opponent's side, and she wasn't really looking for team fights, but instead she was going for the clear of waves and the objectives, the turrets, and primarily at the end of the game, the last clash, she was just focusing on that ice cream, on that base.
Yeah, and I really like seeing this these days. You know, that damage show, and you see the boots even. The boots are even apparent that it's a different kind of show. So yeah, I want to see what Game 3 looks like. Good on you. Congratulations, Bren Esports Victress. We're about to jump into Game 3 in just a little.
Yes, guys. For a few minutes break, we will be back for our do or die match, round 3 for these two teams, Bren Esports Victress and EVOS Lynx. So share the live stream, just wait, maybe take a little break as well, go to the comfort room or something, get some foods. It is snack time, so might as well get ready as we will be back after a few minutes. Once again, we're casters. I'm Kaysaya and I'm with Leo. We'll be back. We are back for FSL Philippines. We are now on day 2, and of course, grand finals is gonna happen today as well in the afternoon after this series. But meantime, we're gonna watch the last round between EVOS Lynx and Bren Esports Victress. I'm Kaysaya, and with me is Leo. Hey Leo, are you still okay?
What's up? Yeah, I'm good. You said earlier to go grab a snack, right?
Yes.
So I got a cup of coffee.
I gotta show our viewers what I have in here. Pizza.
Nice. What do you got? Pizza!
Pizza, indeed. But yes, actually, I was reading in the live chat, like they were concerned about pilot issues. So actually, guys, just so you know, our organizers are actually just so intelligent about having the precautionary measures about anti-piloting. So what is actually happening on the backside of this tournament is that our organizers are having that video call with all of the players, with the teams, in such a way they will be able to see the game itself in the video chat, as well as their faces. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. I personally did that on my previous 2 seasons of all-female tournament for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. So I think, I mean, you just have to trust your organizers, and I think we have to commend Female Esports League for that.
No piloting, no cheating here. Everything you stream is our league here doing.
Yes, and our players are ready in the lobby, so we will just be waiting for them to start the draft. I am so excited. I am friends with these two teams, and it's just so hard to pick a side. But as shoutcasters, of course, we have avoid being biased, and we have to just consider on consider what's just happening inside the game. And these girls are basically just proving themselves that they can play on a professional level.
I'm just happy to see this fight. Like, yeah, you're right. We are good friends with a lot of the members of both of these teams, EVOS Lynx and Bren Esports Victress. But when it comes down to it, as broadcasters, we have to go with the facts. And the fact is, both teams are showing us that they are ripe for success. Both of them are competing at the top level of this event, and it just sucks that the way the brackets are fixed is that they both have to face each other at semifinals. But then again, you have to take it as it is. This is how this is how the cards roll, and we are now going to be treated to.
Yeah, and as far as I know, it was randomized, so the organizers didn't even really know, like, okay, shall we put this in the top or something? But in a way, this was just the first female esports league, so probably it might improve over time. But then again, we are ready for our drafting, so there you go. Last round for Bren Esports versus EVOS Lynx. Blue side, that is Bren, and red side, that is EVOS.
Your team is banning.
Before we jump into the bans and picks, we want to remind you guys to share this stream. If you're having fun, if you're loving the Mobile Legends action that our ladies here in the FSL are bringing, then let everybody know. Happy Mother's Day. Greet them all and then share the stream.
I'm pretty sure.
But now let's jump into it first. Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that we have mommy players in the game as well. Particularly, I know Persian is. Not too sure about the others, but there are a lot of mommies since Mobile Legends Bang Bang is a mobile game. It's just a game that you can access anywhere you are. like at the same time, at any time of the day you can play it even with your kids. So I'm pretty sure that moms out there right now, today it's Mother's Day, they're also having this time to have fun with their kids and play this game.
Yeah, this is the game for the people. So right now, let's check out what's happening in draft. First round of banning, we see Carrie and Kaya going out for Bren Esports Victress, and on the side of EVOS Lynx, they don't want to see no marksman, no Claude, and no Kimmy. First picks here for Bren is gonna be Harith and Leomord. But for EVOS though, check it out, Kaisaya. What are they picking right now?
Look at that Diggy, the Lunox, as well as the Grok. They took away that Diggy probably for that bouncing ball.
Pulled through. The Grok pulled through. So I guess they are gonna try to stop the bouncing. And if not for Bren, EVOS might ban out friggin' not be showing his face, shape, or form because.
You are cutting, partner?
I'm sorry, Minotaur has no business showing his face here because of the time journey.
Yeah, time journey. But Thams in here will be banned out by Bren Esports Victress. I wonder what will be banned out in here. Will it be a Chu? Will it be a Hellcurt? Oh, it is a Guinevere. Alright, no Guinevere for Team Bren to use here, but we still have a lot of really good heroes that can be picked in here. Chu, we don't know yet. Probably this might be a fighter Chu, since they already have in their lineup a Grok as a tank and the Diggy as a support. So wait, what? Granger?
Whoa. Give me a second. Are they hovering a Granger? Don't play me like that. Don't play me like that, Victress. Don't play me like that.
Alright. They're fixing it. It looks like... Wait! They did! Oh, Persian.
It's going down.
I wonder if it's Persian was gonna use. It's possible that Persian might be using this because I know she's an ADC player. So it is possible that Persian will be using this Granger. So Leo, yesterday you told me that you're gonna do something when this Granger plays well. Like if this Granger wins the match. So what's the deal? What's the deal here? What's the deal?
This is a Leo trademark. This is a signature move of mine, right?
Alright.
So after this game, I think the stakes are big enough. After this game, if Persian does well enough with this Granger, I'm going to buy Granger and take it to rank.
Go.
Right? That's
Go.
That's the deal, okay?
Clip that.
All you guys watching. All you guys watching. The stakes are high, so let's put it all on Persian, okay? Persian, you're responsible for Bren Esports victory. But sorry, you missed out on it. But they rounded off their last picks on Evo's side with a Lunox and a Lunox and a Harith. There you go.
Yes.
Lunox and a Harith. There you go.
And there we go. Let's have a recap of the lineup for Bren Esports. We have here Lolita for Michelle, Granger for Persian, Harith for Lou, Leomord for Evie or Ivy, Kufra for Maddie.
And on the side of EVOS Lynx, they are going to be running that show, that Lunox, that Diggy, that Grok, and that Harley. We are seeing, for the first time, at least in their matchup, the Granger on the side of Bren Esports. I'm so excited.
I am so excited. And there you go. We are now in the battlefield. Let's see what I really want to see how Persian will play this Granger. I think we have to watch out for that.
So you're right. I guess it was gonna be Persian who's responsible for the Granger, and since they are the team with the traditional camp, try to farm up on that Granger and make Persian as well fed as possible. Quick engage here between Vayne and Michelle using those CC quick damage, but Michelle is rocking that low with that pretty Chinese New Year skin. She is going to be chunky, and that is going to be a false engage.
Everyone in here is still pretty low in terms of damage, so they basically will be working on getting their farms first, getting to level 4. Meantime, we do not have anyone yet, even level 3, nothing yet. But in the bottom lane part of the map, they actually forced Vayne to back away a little bit, putting a little bit of pressure, and that will actually allow Persian to get this neutral monster on the bottom part of the map.
But they gotta be careful though. Persian and Michelle, as nice as their combo is, a tank, support, and carry, it's gonna be dangerous because Quinn and Dexty are here. Dexty rocking that Lunox and Quinn with that Grok. Grok is so good early game. Grok does so much damage and is able to control the battle with his wall. It's not necessarily crowd control, strictly, but it does limit your mobility.
Yes, indeed. And let's see what is going to happen in here. I think no level 4 yet. We have to... Oh, it's actually Lu. Lu is now level 4 onto the top lane, but Maddie is a little bit low. They have to be very careful on when to actually do their initiate. Meantime, a little bit of gold lead onto the hands of the red team. They're faster, it seems, in terms of jungling. In the middle lane, this Lu needs to be a little careful. It is actually a Grok that they're going to go against too. Turtle is up now. Looks like this is probably the next contest.
We're the first hit level 4, but we see a lot of EVOS Lynx here. Around Turtle. It's not Lord yet, it's Turtle. Oh, Maddie going down. That little bush face first. Quinn and Dexy taking out Maddie, as well as Ivy up top.
And there you go, 4-man member from the red side. EVOS actually going for the turtle, but Michelle and Lu are actually in here. Good creation of space by Kin, but I wonder if that will be enough. It's actually Kin securing that turtle, but she will die in the end. They're forcing this fight at the moment with the Lunox trying to take Lu, and she actually got it. It is actually Dexy at the same time carrying the game early on, but oh, Vayne trying to take Maddie. That is a nice knock up. And Dexy is actually here trying to deal more damage. But in the back line, there is Persian trying to save them. But apparently that was a little bit late. Oh, apparently that last hit, the last bullet didn't connect for that too.
That's the risk for Granger. His attacks are a mix of both autos and beads coming in from like the heroes like Kimmy, right? So as much damage as he is at this dealing, there is some skill involved in landing those. So yeah, Persian is gonna be challenged a bit by the amount of mobility she is gonna have, especially given the heroes likes of Grok and Cho right now, like she's facing.
Oh no, 3v2 situation in the bottom lane, but the Harris and Lolita would want to come into the fight as well to do a little bit of backup, but I think just right on time. Might this EVOS team be able to go under the turret? Yes, they're actually safe, but now I think they have to take a look on what is happening on the top lane. This is Ali and Cheska onto the Harley, as well as the Diggy, trying to get a tier 1 turn in the top lane. Even they're not yet done in the bottom lane yet, putting a little bit of pressure onto that red team. That is why the Harith, Lu, really taking that tier 1 turret on the bottom lane.
Persian here getting her own time in the sun, just farming up, taking all the camps she can from their side of the jungle. Safe to say that she can stay here because of the push that Lu did, and it looks like Lu and Maddie are coming to the rescue. They want vengeance on that Vayne, and Maddie here looking like she's going to be approaching.
There you go, one more member down for the side of EVOS Lynx. And this is the second turtle of the game. Good creation of space by Maddie on that Kufra, but Kin looks like she is actually ready to steal the turtle once more. This 2-bar HP turtle, and they're initiating the fight. Kin is gonna go down. Turtle has been slain by Harris. Ali going so low, as well as Ivy. A lot of exchange in kills. Dexy trying to back away. No one to actually support her now. And Ali is so low as well. Maddie being aggressive onto the bottom lane part. I don't think she'll be able to get Ali, and instead looks like this will be a transition to a turret push that is currently being done by Lu in the bottom lane for the meantime.
You guys should note that even in bouncing ball form, Kufra is still going to be affected by the CC drop by Diggy. So you guys should watch out for that. Drop and force being dropped right now underneath. Lu and Maddie look They cannot escape this, but Maddie, with the tankiness, is just going to take a little bit more from that deadly magic, and she's going to go down. Lu, though, on the other hand, so ballsy. She is going to try to take this gold buff. Is it going to be... No, it's not, because Quinn is going to be hitting that with a red.
Yeah, just right on time. And there you go, onto the middle lane. Transitioning in here is EVOS team, but this is a good work once more being done by Leomar, the fighter, on trying to get a clear of wave onto the top lane. But Vayne, we know Vayne doing a really good side lane work since their game from yesterday, and I think she's doing it well right now, not allowing this Leomar to actually clear those wave onto the top and get this tier 1 turret.
Quinn looking like she's in trouble, just rushing her way out of there. She is going to be alright, though. That was a defense ult. Underneath the turret, though. Are they going to be safe? Salmon Force being dropped. Be a free hit for a Bren Esports Victress. Maddie jumping in, pushing away Quinn and Dexy. They are going to be disengaging here as they try to go and stop Vayne from pushing in.
There's a good position by Bren Esports now that they are actually clearing the wave on the bottom as well as in the mid for them to be able to take this third turtle of the game easily. But meanwhile, while we are seeing that one casualty once more onto the side of EVOS Lynx onto the top lane, and there you go, another fight ongoing onto this third turtle of the game. Cheska is so low. Ultimate coming up from the Lolita. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too late, and the third turtle and the second turtle went onto the EVOS Lynx. I meant to say that two turtles went onto the red side and one for the blue side.
The Numenon Blast was a little too late. Like everyone saw it coming, and the Lolita was still winding up. So, you know, you got to react a little faster, and I think Michelle will learn from this and bring it onto the next team fight. On the other hand, though, let's check out what Persian is doing here. She is farming up quite well. She is in the gold lead amongst all players in the game, so she's doing well for herself.
Oh, there you go, another turret take by Bren Esports onto the top lane. They almost got another one member, but instead they just backed away and cleared off the neutral monsters first. 1v1 ongoing by Cheska and Persian. Persian will be able to sustain the damage coming up from Cheska, that Harley, and we'll be backing off a little bit for the meantime, get more farms for the blue team. And there you go, one more kill by Lu using that Harith.
Pretty good. I gotta say, 3,000 gold. Vayne going down like that. Granger still untouched. Persian is on a roll here. Persian should ride this wave all the way into the late game as we await for this first Lord 30 seconds away.
Yes, indeed. And everyone's just trying to create a space from themselves now by clearing off all of the waves in the mid as well as in the bot. There you go, 1v1 against these two heroes once more. Persian will win, but actually she will in the end still die onto the hands of the Harley. And meanwhile, onto the middle lane, another turret take by Bren Esports, easily taking down that turret, and they're playing now aggressively onto the top lane. Looks like this Cho getting spotted by Evie. She will be trying to back away, but she at the same time is actually creating a space and buying time for her teammates on EVOS side. They're actually chasing her. Let's see. Oh, there you go, flickering out. She will still be safe, but meanwhile on the other part of the map, we can see in here 4v2 ongoing at the moment. Ali is so low, will be using her ultimate. They will try to back away, but the damage is just real at the moment. Cheska going in. It is way too deep, but it looks like everyone else will still try to manage to deal with that, and they will actually win the team fight. Bren Esports is, and while Persian is here in the middle lane, just basically farming up, clearing the waves until probably she gets onto a higher level compared to EVOS Lynx.
Ivy now buying that Blade of Despair. You know what, partner? The funniest part of this whole engagement that led from mid lane up until the inhibitor turrets for EVOS Lynx is, after all of this, Vayne is still alive. Vayne is still in bottom, and she's going for a push right now.
Yes, Vayne. I don't want to wait in vain. What am I saying now? I think this might turn into a turret push by courtesy of the creep wave. And then again, she probably needs to back away a little bit so that she could provide a little bit of assistance to her teammates. And there you go. the first Lord of the game is now up, walking towards the middle lane. I think what Bren Esports would do now is to get a good flow of creep wave onto the bot as well as in the mid. I think they have to manage that wave onto the top lane as well. But for the meantime, they will handle what they can handle.
They're going to be trying to use this Lord as a distraction and maybe even try to go for a push down bot and mid. If they're able to take both, then that's good. That's going to be 2 towers. Lord of the Rings up in here. But Lord is going to go down real quick underneath the turret. Vayne misplacing herself. Quinn as well going down to half health. It looks like these towers are going to be staying still, but we have only 4 members left for EVOS Lynx trying to defend here with Quinn backing up. Zaman Force underneath the turret, dealing a lot of damage and slowing down anyone
ultimate
underneath.
Ultimate.
Ranger dealing a lot of damage. Nupenon blast underneath the throne. That is a time journey being popped right there by Ali. They are going to be pushing back and killing Maddie in the process. Quinn as well spinning up onto Michelle. She is going to go down, but almost 3 towers. That is correct. 3 towers.
Oh, nice one.
EVOS Lynx here. Happy defense, says Bren Esports Victress. Your Christmas is early.
Oh, and Vayne. You know what happened there? We saw the Chu trying to get Granger onto the back lane, but unfortunately, there's a backup that came from the Kufra, so not allowing the Chu target to target that Granger. So that was quite unfortunate for Vayne, trying her best to get the main target that they want. At the same time, the problem I think is that they got a Harris as well. So if in case they lose this Granger, it's totally fine. We got a Harris still, as well as you could consider the Leomard at the same time. And that bouncing ball by Kufra, it's just so massive. I mean, I think during that time that they did engage, time journey of Ali, this Diggy, wasn't available.
It just is. There's just a lot of that the bouncing ball can do. And Vayne here finding herself a little too behind enemy lines. She is going around, and Chu is built to be able to be mobile. But as you can see now, EVOS Lynx, is using everything that they can to push out the waves, and they're not even in the mindset to engage anybody here. They don't even want to fight so much as try to defend. But Vayne here just clearing some waves. I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do.
Seems like they're thinking her teammates will be able to manage to defend that base on a 4-man team and probably trying to catch the attention of Persian. But unfortunately, Maddie and Persian was just way too much to handle, given that, of course, there's just too much critical hits coming up from that Granger. And there you go. It seems like Mr. Leo, you have to, we have a clip on what you promised a while ago. If Persian using this Granger will be able to pull off onto this fight. But anyway, the base is still up, so we still don't know yet. Things can still turn around.
They still can, but as you can see now, Numenon Blast being dropped on the turret. That is 4. I'm sorry. Now what? Ladies and gentlemen, they are dropping Order in Chaos right now. Time journey still up for Ali. No, actually it's been spent. And underneath that, she is killed. Lou dropping the Zaman Force double kill, taking Quinn along with her Dexy.
Oh, the
base! The base is just going down as well. Vayne really soft underneath all this damage coming from Persian. And ladies and gentlemen, the damage was just too much from both Vayne, from both Lou and they just couldn't handle it.
Wow.
Collapses. Win going to Bren Esports Victress.
Congratulations to Team Bren Esports. They won 2-1 against EVOS Lynx. Alright, so later on the finals round, you will see the battle against Archangel and Bren Esports. But before that, we will have a bronze match later on before we head on to our finals match. So the bronze match is a battle between Laser Duchess versus EVOS Lynx. So we're gonna look for that 3rd placer. All right. So Leo, the promise. I'm gonna send you the clip. All right. So just
okay, I know. Persian, we need to talk. Persian, you and I need to talk. Why did you play the Granger? I don't get it. But yeah, I'm so happy. You know what? These are diamonds that are gonna go to a good cause, and because of what Bren Esports Victress did, their 2-1 series against EVOS Lynx. Hope you guys had a good time, because Kaisai and I did. That was really good what we saw in the 15-minute matchup in that last game 3. Yeah, I'm gonna be pulling out through that promise, and I'm gonna be getting drink.
Nice. Okay, you show the screenshot to me, all right? But then again, I
I'll
think
post it. I'll post it.
yeah, overall, I think all of the members of Bren Esports did a really good job in here. We see the MVP is Sulu, onto the Harith, but we gotta commend how the support and overall the team worked hard on, you know, giving each other a good rotation against EVOS. EVOS at the same time, you know, I think they did a good job as well. It's just that probably overall, in terms of, you know, global plays, it is just Bren Esports that is dominating them.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. If anything, Granger was an insurance policy. Everyone was just on point, and it just so happened that Granger was doing the right thing. Persia knew what her role was, and it was to be the last nail in the coffin for EVOS Lynx's base. And because of her critical hits and just how strong each shot was, each bullet was, she made that count, and that's the key. That's what made Bren Esports Victress walk away with the victory.
Yes. So guys, we're gonna have a 15 to 20 minutes break before we see that match between EVOS Lynx and Laser Duchess, because they've been playing continuously since they head on to this match. So yeah, we're just gonna give them a little break. You two guys get your food now, and yeah, we'll be back after 15 to 20 minutes break. All right, see you guys. We're your casters. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Leo. Bye. See you later.